The fifth chakra is the throat chakra. It's located at the base of the throat and it expands through the shoulders. It's the center of communication, self-expression, speaking the truth. I'm Noko, and before we continue, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you missed the first 4 videos, I strongly suggest you check the first 4 in the description below. As we move up the chakras, from the root chakras all the way to the top chakras, they become more and more fluid, less physical, less grounded. So today the practice can be a gentle, flowy, but making sure that you speak the truth but not straining. And Ginger is my yoga partner. She's going to be speaking the truth with us today. Today we're going to be using 2 blocks and a towel. If you do not have blocks, you can use big books instead. Let's get started. Let's get started in a restorative pose to really open up the throat. With the 2 blocks, different ways to use them. So I'm making like a T shape, actually the other way. The bottom block goes just below the shoulder blades. And then the top block is to rest your head. So that's one option. So before you get into the position, Ginger, excuse me. Before you get into the position, I want to show you the different options. Okay, so that's one option here. Legs can be bent. They can be extended. Fingertips can be pointing towards the feet. If you want a bit more opening for the heart and throat, you can have your arms sideways. Now if you feel uncomfortable with your head and you need a little bit more height, what you do, you turn your block on the side. If you want a little bit more openness in your throat, chest area, we can also move the block sideways. Ginger, this way. Same thing goes underneath the shoulder blades. So find what works for you. We're going to remain in this restorative pose for a little bit. I invite you to close your eyes and bring the focus to the throat chakra. Feeling or imagine a vivid ball of energy swirling in the throat area. And I'm going to use an affirmation for this practice. I invite you to use the same or to find your own. The affirmation is, I speak up for those who don't have a voice. I'd like you to think about who are the ones who don't have a voice. It can be children, the elderly, the homeless, minorities, animals. And take this moment to think about how you can today, this week, speak up for those who don't have a voice. It can be at a large scale, but it can be at a smaller scale. Whenever you see something, hear something, notice something that's not right, you can speak the truth. Take a deep breath in and out, keeping the focus on this throat chakra. 2 to 3 more deep slow breaths like this. Bend our knees, rolling to one side, coming up into a seated position or on your knees, any comfortable position. I'm going to teach you the lion breath. It's a cooling breath to help release anger and any tension, any stress. So when you do it, just let everything out. I'm going to look a little bit silly, but I'm doing it in front of the camera. You are in the privacy of your home, so be daring today. Just do it. That's how it's going to go. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, we want to open up the eyes, sting the tongue out. I'll show you once and then we'll do it together. Let's try together. Find your position. You can sit on the floor, on a chair, you can be on your knees. I think I have a cat's hair. That's yours. Big breath. Oh, sorry. Still there. Big breath in. Eyes wide open. With the next breath out, now start thinking about the emotions you want to release. Big breath in. One more like this. Very good. So what we're going to add now, it's an opening of the chest, really speaking your truth as you exhale. So maybe think about something you wanted to say to somebody, you haven't said it, it's deep inside. You're just going to let it out. Big breath in. Eyes open wide. Breathing in. One more. Nice. So now we're going to work on the neck. I invite you to either sit up on the floor or on a chair. I like to be on the block and on my knees, and we're going to be using the towel. Start by rolling our shoulders. Reverse. And tilting the head to one side, ear to shoulder, pressing the opposite shoulder down. Other side. You're adding the breath, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling center, we're going to turn to one side. Inhaling center, exhaling other side. One more each side. Back to center. I'm going to add the towel. So roll your towel. You're going to place it just around your ears, on each side of your ears, bringing the elbows forward, and hands are pulling forward and up towards the ceiling. And you gently look up with your chin. Your head is not doing any work, it's supported by your arms, so your arms are doing all the work. Exhaling center. Inhaling up. Exhaling center. Keep following your breath. There should be no straining. Remember, it's about fluidity, movement, flowing. And gently tucking the chin back and pulling the towel forward. So it's going to look like. You're not going to see much movement, but basically your chin is going to go back and the towel is pulling forward. It's going to be a resistance, going to strengthen the back of the neck. elbows pointing front, inhaling. Exhaling, tuck your chin back in, resisting with the arms. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Releasing, half circle with the head. Back to center. Towel around the ears, elbows facing front, inhaling. Exhaling, tucking the chin back. Resisting with the towel. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Releasing. Nice. The next one is to open up a little bit the area at the base of the throat and shoulders. So facing front, it's going to look like this. I'm going to bring my arm back and around. Your arm may not go all the way around. So just in case you want to go a bit deeper, you can bring the towel and pull straight forward so you feel the stretch in the front of the shoulder. Now let me show you in case your arm is going right here halfway. Grab the towel. Instead of pulling forward, you're going to pull sideways. Okay, so you may want to grab the towel close to your hand and pull gently. If your hand passes your ribs here, your waist, then you're going to pull forward. Let's try together. So palm facing out, going around the spine, and maybe pulling sideways or forward. Hold it for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Releasing. Let's do the other side. Palm facing out, going behind your spine, grabbing the towel, and either pulling sideways or forward if your hand goes around your waist. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly releasing. Here, Ginger. Moving on, we're going to go back to our breath, lion's breath, with a cat and cow. So on our hands and knees, fingers spread out wide. Instead of inhaling in cow, we're going to exhale in cow. So it's a bit different. It may feel weird for those of you who are used to do the cat and cow. Let's take a deep breath in, breath out. Breathing in into cat. Breathing out into cow. One more. Next one, we're going to do the lion's breath. Inhaling cat. Exhaling lion's breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Speaking your truth. Think about emotions that you need to release. Adding one leg. Let's add the left leg, the right leg. Inhaling cat, bringing the right knee to the forehead. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Moving on from here, placing this right foot on the floor. Now make sure you have your towel handy, we're going to be using it. And taking the right arm, we're going to stretch towards the right. Back to center, switching arm, inhaling, left arm up, exhaling, reaching down with the right hand. And feeling the stretch in the rib area. Back to center, grabbing the towel. I know you are speaking your truth. Let's place the towel again behind the ears and pulling forward, opening with the heart this time. Pulling the elbows forward. Inhaling, exhaling, one more. Inhaling, opening up. And center, releasing the towel. Hands on the floor. Preparing for warrior one. We place the back foot flat on the floor. Hands on the thighs. Coming up. And opening the heart. Inhaling. Exhaling. Interlacing the fingers. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Pulling the hands down. And inhaling, we bend the front knee, opening the heart. Exhaling, center. Before we continue, make sure your hips are squared off with the small end of your mat. Okay, we tend to have the hips facing sideways. So bring your right hip back, left hip forward. And inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling one more time, hold it here. Pulling the fingers down, pushing the tailbone forward, left hip forward. You're going to keep the bend in the front knee, bringing the chest down. And hands to the floor. Let's get into a down facing dog. Alternating feet, heels down, bending the knees, just moving side to side a little bit. Placing the knees on the mat. Let's do our lion's breath on the other side. Inhaling cat. Exhaling. The next one we're going to do lion's breath. Inhaling cat. Exhaling lion's breath. Inhaling. Lion's breath. Adding the left knee. Inhaling, left knee to forehead. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. Really speaking your truth. Let's place the left foot between the hands. Preparing with the shoulders up. Left arm. And pressing the left ear down. So Ginger's putting her hair all over my leggings. I'm going to have hairy legs with you. Inhaling, center, switching arm. Right arm up, inhaling. Exhaling, leaning towards the left side. Reaching your left fingertips towards the floor. Opening the heart to the side. Back to center. This time we're going to bring the forehead down. So, towel around the ears, tucking the chin under. We want to create length, okay? We don't want to bring the chin too close to the chest area. We want to lengthen, so your elbows are still pulling forward, not down, forward, to create length. Back to center. Preparing for warrior one. Let's tuck the back toes under, back foot flat on the floor, hands on the front thigh, slowly coming up. Let's adjust the hips. If it's uncomfortable on your back foot, align it, change the angle, you can open it more or less. As we bend the front knee is stacked over the ankle. And elbows together. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, squeezing the elbows. Inhaling, extending the front knee this time. Exhaling. Inhaling, bending the front knee. Exhaling. Inhaling, we open the elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades, bending the front knee, opening the heart. Exhaling. One more. Hold it here, interlacing the fingers, pushing the chest forward. For those of you who want to go a bit deeper, bring the shoulders inside the front knee. See if you can lift your arms a little bit. Releasing the hands to the floor. Down facing dog. Let's place the knees on the mat. Preparing for fish paws, or variation of it. So we're going to place our hands with the palms facing down under our hips. Watch first. From the waist down, your body's going to be completely relaxed. And with the inhale, your elbows are pressing down. We lift the chest. As I lift my chest, my head starts focusing back. But there's no weight on my head. So I want you to be very careful with your neck. If you have any issues with your neck, just lift the chest. Or even do it in a seated position, right here. Option to look up. If you want to go a bit deeper, doing it on the floor, when you have the back of your head towards the floor, imagine there's a sheet of paper underneath your head. You should be able to slide it very easily off from under your head. So, palms pressing down underneath the hips. Inhaling, pushing the chest up. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you look towards the back if you're comfortable. And releasing, knees to chest. Inhaling, exhaling, pulling the knees to the chest, taking the chin under. Slowly releasing. Ending in Shavasana again with a heart opener. Really finding what it means to you to speak your truth. Deep breath in through your throat chakra. Exhaling through the nose. And as we focus on this chakra of self-expression and communication, you can also look at it a different way. Communication could be also how you listen to other people instead of just speaking. If you're the type of person who likes to speak and you don't listen to others, maybe that's something you want to work on. Let's place our hands to heart center. Remember, there's a new video every Saturday. There's a welcome package in the description. I would love for you to share your affirmation. What is your affirmation for your throat chakra, your self-expression, your truth? Let's bring gratitude to this practice that brings us joy and truth. Namaste.